Hi, friends. I am Jem, and I am back with another content that would surely boost your English skills, especially listening and comprehension. If you are following the script by looking at the text on your device, please be mindful of any intonation, different pronunciations, and also stresses. Enjoy the learning process. See ya. Marlowe's Pomp, CEO, Wordproof. Because I work on new technologies, I have always worked with a lot of men. I used to think it was no hindrance, that I would be able to find my way around it well and adapt. But this is easier said than done, and has shown me precisely why tech communities need more diversity. In recent years, I've been speaking out louder about this topic. It is sometimes exhausting mentioning every bias I spot or questioning a decision made in favor of the old boys network. Fortunately, I've noticed that the circle of people who are alert and sensitive to this issue is growing. My personal approach is not to let any situation pass by unnoticed, especially where there is a chance for more diversity and I will not be silent anymore. Katrina Neo, CEO, Korea Malaysia. The one action I would take is to always stand up for myself and voice my opinion. My son is my motivation behind advocating for what I believe. He was often judged for and put into stereotypes because of his abilities, but he has shown me that regardless of who you are and your background, if you're willing to speak up for yourself, you can achieve great things one day. This transcends my personal life into my work life, and I'm always thankful for spaces that allow open communication to voice our opinions and break existing biases. Only through tough conversations and facing stereotypes can one break through to achieve new heights. Sophie Mather, partner in Asia head of corporate, Linklaters. As a mother of 8-year-old boy, girl twins, trying to break the bias is simply a part of daily life. From suggesting to my son that he picks dance as an after school activity to encouraging my daughter to not feel she has to smile when people ask her to. There's so many opportunities to make a change in the next generation. The messages our children hear are pervasive. Sometimes we adults are so used to them that we don't even notice them anymore. I overheard my son telling his sister that the science kit toy was not for her, simply because only boys were pictured in the box. She certainly told him what she thought of that, and an ally was born. From toys today to life choices tomorrow, smashing the artificial ceilings that would hold my children back is my motive to break the bias. Shara Owen Schwartz, Senior Director of Diversity, Inclusion and Equity, Rocket Software. My dad died recently, and I wanted my daughter to be a pallbearer. I was shocked by the reaction to my suggestion by a family member. They were naming males in the family who would sufficiently be able to fill this role. That family member suggested that sometimes this is just the way things are and things don't change overnight. They were explaining that a pallbearer was a male role. I immediately asked the question, why can't things change overnight? This is within our control, and we can change this right now. I went on to say, I will not allow conventional thinking to be a barrier for my daughter. Needless to say, my daughter was a pallbearer, and funeral guests asked me about it because they had never seen it before. This new experience inspired others to think differently about gender roles. Lee Pui Kang, Principal, Technical Delivery, Unispace. In my personal life, I make it to a point to challenge any first impressions that I may form upon meeting new people. By keeping an open mind and taking the time to pause and think before reaching a conclusion. It allows me to guard against stereotypes and expectations, which go a long way in the journey to break the bias. Of course, this is not always as easy as it seems. It takes some deep reflection, is tricky at times, and I do not always get it right. But as they say, we learn from our mistakes. And every encounter that I have is an opportunity for me to be more open minded and aware. Similarly, I make sure that I do not let other people's beliefs or positions cloud my own prematurely. In this day and age, given the amount of information that we take in from various sources and the speed at which we are accustomed to making our judgments, it is important to keep a clear head and only form our conclusions after a period of observation and deliberation.